Well, since my whole project basically has been about video, I thought that I would start kind of like documenting through video. That's what I've kind of been doing this whole process. So normally where I do like conceptual like base pieces, or I kind of tend to make sculptures, this has all been about like video art mainly. It's kind of like a bit inspired from like the Tate performance piece and how we documented that through video and trying to incorporate that into my work. So I started by like obviously basics, looking at like the tasks we did and things that we did, like the protests and can't say his name, but A.L. Wowos, like, and how he like stands up for society, and yeah, and then obviously we did the task that we did together, and then I looked at people like George Orwell and his movie 1984, and how it was kind of like really unconventional, and how he kind of predicted this whole Big Brother society that we live in now. Cameras everywhere, everything's videoed, everything's documented constantly, social networking sites, you know, we're like a Google run generation. So I wanted to kind of look at that idea how urban society is such, especially like I think you are more affected if you live in a city because it's more around you. I don't really imagine being out in the countryside and getting Wi-Fi constantly. There's kind of more, it's more peaceful, tranquil. So I kind of feel like we're kind of like a broken urban society. So that's why I like picked the question urban society. And instead of like going down the normal route of like looking at towns and cities, I wanted to see how it was broken and things like that. So then, like, as we go from the book, like, I kind of had like the ideas of like politics and society and how it's all together, and like creating manifestos and speeches, and like how, like, you know, political parties and what they do and how they go against all the manifestos and things like that. And I've got quotes like, "You haven't read your history, have you? Just regurgitated lies, and everything taught to you. No man is too tall, but remember, empires always fall." So the kind of thing that we've built ourselves up, and it's kind of going to be this like circle of life that you build yourself up to something and it breaks down, like just like comparisons, like, you know, the communist countries such as like Russia and the Soviet Union, things like that, and the USSR, how they built up, they thought there was this empire, got China involved, I think, but then today it all still falls because if society is not happy, then nothing can work, no matter what their economic or political situation is. All at the end of the day it revolves around people, and if people aren't happy, then nothing's going to change. And just looking at from like things that other people in the class did, like Ben did the whole blue thing. Well, I know for him that meant something different, but I interpret it as like, don't be afraid to be different kind of thing. And there's the little image of Ben in blue. So like how like we're so afraid to stand up from society, and everyone wants to join the new clique and be the new thing, and I don't think that's always right. And I've got a manifesto that I made from lyrics, I'm afraid, and wasn't clever enough to make up my own. But this is the first bit of it. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think the primary purpose of the human race is just to blindly consume, to support a failing economy and a faulty system, forever and ever until we run out of every resource and fail and fall to the result to blowing each other up just to ensure our own survival. If we look at other things, and especially what's going on at the moment with Korea and USA and all things like that, it's just ridiculous. Like, you know, building wars of like weapons of war constantly, and surely our economy should be doing something better. Surely we shouldn't be pumping, you know, money into hate. I don't think that's what society should be. So from this kind of like idea of like politics and all things like that, and broken society, and how we've kind of broken ourselves through what we do, I started to look at like YouTube videos, because obviously that is how society is run now. It's run by YouTube, Google and for that, and that's what everyone puts on the web. So I started looking at like Chinese prisons and Guantanamo Bay, and like the unfairness of the whole situation, and how like society kind of, we think we're, you know, so, I don't know, we think we're so mature and so, I don't know, so perfect compared to everyone else, but really we're just savages. There's nothing more about it. Humans are naturally savages. So anyway, through looking at like the films and, you know, looking at Utopia, the book by Thomas More, which is a book I've been reading that has like really inspired this project, I kind of came up with the idea of making my own videos and putting my own videos onto YouTube and kind of things. And then I looked at Susan Hiller and how she displayed videos through the TV thing in her gallery thing, and I thought of maybe then putting my films onto a TV and playing them, and how that's put out to the world, how, you know, social media and TV and that, how it spreads and gets to so many different people. So I started to like think about that, and also like Charlie Brooker did a TV series at the moment, which is also talked about in the book, sketchbook, that means by book. And so yeah, and one of his classic scenes that I think is one of the best scenes in one episode is it starts and the lady's like just staring at the TV, and that's how I think it's kind of like, I wanted to look at the idea of like indoctrination, like how urban society is indoctrinated, not just urban society, but society is, you know, everything, like, you know, I believe Google over my mum kind of thing. It's that kind of like sick and twisted thing. So I started looking at more of these, and I started to like make my own videos from other clips. So like getting clips, learning how to use Final Cut and cutting the clips in. So I got the idea of maybe putting this on a continuous loop, that kind of like indoctrination, brainwash kind of Hitler Youth kind of, you know, you're just taken away. I like the idea of that, like the trance thing. And then also I've looked at like other quotes from other like musical and all different things like that. So just another poster boy for just another poster boy for David Cameron's Broken Britain. I think that's a really, really good line. And then I kind of look, so what is urban society? Like, what does it mean to me? What does it mean to this project? So I like talked about that and looked at that. And then I got like the definitions of like what each means, because I still was kind of like not confused, but what does it mean to everyone else? I know what it means to me, but it doesn't matter what it means to me really. And then obviously I've showed step by step of how I make the videos and whatever. I haven't just made one, I've made absolutely tons. Done nothing but sit on Max for weeks. And yeah, and now basically my final plan, carrying on this whole video thing, is I do love sculpture, so I kind of wanted to make, now I've made these videos, I don't want to move away from the physical pieces too much. So where I've looked at collages before, and I've got a book of collage, of like urban society collage, what I think links to it, I wanted to make a clay model of a tower block, because I found some really good clips of tower blocks being broken down, that's all in the videos. So I wanted to make a model of this tower block and then obviously let it dry and then smash it and have that as just a video on its own, just an individual piece instead of being part of this whole series of looped videos that I've been doing. Obviously I need to put all my films onto a DVD, which I'm going to be playing on a TV in a black room. That was inspired from kind of Charlie Brooker's work and the way that Susan Hiller sets her stuff up on the TV. And then also finish my collage book of all my collages and then make my portfolio. So that is just kind of me talking through what I've been doing, where I'm going, and my plan for the 3 days of stressful exams. So yeah, hopefully it goes well. A's would be nice please, by the way. But yeah.